Time isn't your problem. Repetition is. Most founders spend probably more than 70% of their week doing things that AI can now handle instantly. And no, it's not about because they're lazy. It's because most people are either too overwhelmed to even start learning, or they're unsure what AI actually does, let alone how to apply it. So they end up staying stuck, running on old workflows, wasting time on what one tool could probably do in 10 minutes, if not less. Entrepreneurs don't need more hours. They need fewer manual decisions. That's why today I'm going to walk you through the 8 free AI tools that I believe every business owner should be using in 2025. Not because they're trendy, no, but because they replace hard work, they recover time, and they deliver outcomes with zero upfront cost. I mean, this is, in my opinion, your minimum viable AI stack. Because in this new economy, if you're not using these tools or similar ones, you're essentially paying in time, money, and missed opportunities. And the businesses that outlearn, they outleverage. Most people think they're short on time, but in reality, the problem, in my opinion, is that they're short on commitment. And that's not commitment to hustle, it's commitment to clarity. Every week, there's a new AI tool, a new trend, a new tutorial, a new distraction. So what happens? You start one, you open 5 more tabs, but you never finish anything, and you go back to doing everything manually. You know, it's the shiny object fatigue. This is the modern burnout. You are not overwhelmed because of effort. You are overwhelmed because of undirected energy. And here's, in my opinion, the cost that no one talks about. Every task you repeat manually, every single process that you could automate but haven't, you're not just wasting time. You are leaking attention. As I said, the average founder spends 70% of their week making decisions that a system could have made for them. That is not productivity. That is just expensive indecision. So in this video, I'm not giving you more tools to try. I am giving you less to think about and more to build with. I mean, they are about automation, but they're so much more than that. They are about amplification. Because when used right, they will save you time, but they will also multiply clarity. So let's start there. First tool is something that I use almost on a daily basis. Most people treat research like a rabbit hole. You probably recognize something there about yourself as well, don't you? You open 20 tabs, you skim 50 blog posts, you watch half a YouTube video, and somehow you end up less clear than when you started. So that's why Perplexity could be your research co-founder who never sleeps. Because you ask it a question, and it doesn't just generate an answer, it thinks in sources, it cites everything, and it shows you what the best minds are saying across articles, academic papers, Reddit threads, podcasts. You don't need to Google and guess anymore. You need to prompt well and extract. So why would you use Perplexity? Well, because clear businesses win, and clarity starts with input. Whether you are writing a sales page, validating an offer, or prepping for a pitch, your output is only as good as your upstream signal, essentially. And Perplexity gives you the source-backed insights that separate noise from the real opportunity, in my opinion. I said I'm talking about free tools. What do you get with the free version? You get unlimited smart search, you get citations and links to dig deeper, you get follow-up question threads, you get web, academic, and YouTube data fusion. Is this for you? Well, if you're a solo founder doing your own market research, if you're a coach or creator building unique point of view, or if you're an agency builder writing outreach and offer pages, or anyone doing that, then this could be very, very useful. One way that you could also use it would be to deconstruct viral content. You could prompt it something along the lines of, show me the core ideas and arguments in the top 5 most viewed productivity TikTok videos in 2025. And that's not to copy anyone, that's to study what resonates and understand how you can bring your point of view and mix that with intelligence to resonate with that audience. Because in the age of AI, information isn't scarce anymore, but clarity is. And with Perplexity, you get the fastest path to clarity that at least I've found. So let's move to the second tool. Most people still build presentations like 2011. They open a slide deck, they stare at the blank canvas, they spend 3 hours designing something that still looks meh. But now there is a tool that is like having a TED-level slide designer who works in seconds, not hours. Because you can feed an idea, a script, or even a topic, you can upload a document, and this tool can build a complete presentation with structure, visuals, and even data visualization. There's no template, no PowerPoint or slides headaches. You just get it done. This is Gamma. And the reason why I think you should consider this is because the way you package your message matters more than ever. In business, clarity converts. But honestly, at this point in time, few people can translate messy thoughts into visuals that actually move decisions forward. And Gamma helps you go from the idea in your head to a narrative that sells in a few minutes. I mean, half an hour max. And whether you're pitching a client or teaching a cohort or productizing your knowledge, clarity is credibility and design is trust. And speed is competitive advantage. So that's why Gamma gives you all three without needing a design degree or a $200 an hour designer. In this day and age, presentation is persuasion. So what do you get with the free version? You get unlimited document creation, but you do have a limitation on the number of cards or slides that you can have in a presentation. You have real-time collaboration, and you have beautiful slides and layouts that are generated by AI. This is great if you're a founder pitching offers or pitching to investors, if you're a coach creating slide decks for trainings, if you're an agency owner productizing your expertise into visual assets. And there are so many ways that you could use this, but one simple one you can have in mind is that if you're preparing a proposal for a new client, you can drop your rough outline into Gamma and it creates a polished, client-ready slide deck complete with headings and layouts and visuals, as I said, in a few minutes. And you've just skipped several hours of Notion writing and Canva formatting. Now you're not just selling the idea, you're packaging it like a pro. Another creative way to use Gamma is to turn your blog posts or scripts into a lead magnet. You can use a prompt like, turn this article into a 7-slide guide called the AI Stack for Solo Businesses. And now, all of a sudden, you've got a freebie without hiring a designer or building in Canva. We live in a distracted world, and the clearest communicator is the one who wins. And Gamma gives anyone a visual edge that most people won't know exist. Now, tool number 3 is a tool that I have fallen in love with. Look, most AI tools generate words, but Manus gets things done because it's not a writer, it's an operator that thinks, acts, and executes like a strategist on autopilot. It doesn't craft content. I mean, it does that too, but it performs scheduled research, generates daily reports, it replies to community posts, and it can even spin up web pages or web apps end to end. Sure, you might need to do a little bit of work to embed that, but honestly, what you get from Manus is mind-blowing. It's not just writing for you, it is working with you and for you. Because the real value of AI isn't in how fast it writes. It's in how well it operates inside your workflow. And Manus is one of the first tools that is built not just for outputs, but for ongoing operations. For example, if you need a market research brief every morning, then it can get that done. If you want to engage your community automatically without sounding like a bot, it can do that too. I have personally tried that myself. This is not AI that talks to you. It's AI that is able to perform. Now, there is a paid version, but with the free version, you are still able to do a lot. I know that because we've run a free challenge in our community focused on Manus, and I know that you can do a lot with it even if you don't get the paid version. So in the free version, you get one free agent, that could be a task or a workflow. You get limited runs per month, I think about 30 tasks. You can access the core writing tools, basic prompt and workflow editor, task scheduling, but I think there is a limited frequency there. Now, if you want to go beyond that, you can get a paid plan if you want to unlock things like agent chaining, integrations, advanced autonomy, like real-time community engagement or web app creation. But if you're a founder, juggling operations and marketing and content alone, if you're an AI automation agency builder looking to prototype AI agents fast, or at least get an idea of how an app could look like that you could integrate into your flow, definitely give Manus a try. Especially if you're a solo founder running a newsletter, for example, and you want to stay consistent without spending hours writing or scheduling, you can do that very easily with Manus. For example, you can create a flow that says, every Monday, pull 2 trending stories, summarize them into my tone of voice, and draft an email ready for me to review and send. And all of a sudden, every single Monday, instead of writing from scratch, you are editing smart, on-brand content in 5 minutes or less. And essentially, you've turned weekly dread into weekly distribution. Automation isn't just saving time, it's about removing resistance from the things that you want to do anyway. Because, like I said, AI is not here to write faster. It's here to work smarter on your behalf. And with Manus, you are doing so much more than writing or scaling content. You are scaling operations without the effort and the overhead. Tool number 4. This one is another one that we use very frequently because most people still treat audio like an afterthought. They write a script, they record with whatever mic they have, or worse, they skip voice altogether and just have a bad voiceover. Well, in the age of AI, your voice is no longer limited by your vocal cords because 11 Labs lets you create studio quality voiceovers from text in seconds. It doesn't sound robotic at all. It doesn't sound fake. It literally sounds like you or whoever you want it to sound like. And that means you can narrate videos without being on camera. You can build audio content at scale. You can even clone your voice to automate support, training, or education. I mean, imagine the possibilities. You can do so much with it. Why? Well, because sound builds trust. We connect with voices faster than visuals and faster than written text. Voice is warmth, it's authority, it's emotional conversion. And if content is king, voice is the secret sauce that makes people listen. And what I love about 11 Labs is that it turns your written assets into beautiful audio assets without recording a thing. I mean, that's true leverage. And with the free content, you get quite a lot of audio. I think up to 10,000 characters per month. You can clone your voice. You have access to dozens of pre-trained, natural-sounding voices. There's even multi-language support and beautiful intonation and pacing, which you don't get with a lot of other AI tools. When should you use 11 Labs? Well, if you're a YouTuber or a course creator who wants to scale narration, if you're a SaaS founder creating audio onboarding, or if you're an AI automation builder embedding voice into agents and systems, definitely look into 11 Labs. For example, if you're building a video sales letter, but you don't want to record your voice, you can paste your script into 11 Labs, choose your voice, and export the audio. And all of a sudden, you've got a pro-level voiceover in literally 2 minutes, ready to drop into your editor of choice. There's no mic, no editing. You just get the beautifully read audio. Now, the way that we like to use it is either with an existing voice or cloning someone's voice to power an AI sales agent. For example, if someone lands on a website, a GPT agent answers questions in their voice and tone, and the trust skyrockets. This is called VAPI. I'm going to talk about this in another video. But it's the closest thing to being in 2 places or multiple places at once without hiring anybody and being available 24/7, because audio is the next attention battleground, and 11 Labs gives you the mic without the cost or the overhead. Next tool is again something that we use frequently, especially in building our AI agents. And this one has to do with meetings, because meetings are where ideas go to die, unless they're captured and clarified and turned into action. Let's be honest. You forget half of what you said in meetings, no one takes consistent notes, and by the time you follow up, the moment's already gone. Put your hand up if that's you. I know it used to be me a long time ago as well. That's because you haven't tried Otter. This is a note taker, but it's so much more than that. It's a real-time memory machine for your business. It can join your Google Meet, your Zoom, your Teams calls. It transcribes the conversation even live, so whoever's not able to join can see what's going on in the meeting. It pulls out the key highlights and tasks and action items, and it gives your team instant recall, like you're working with a project manager who never forgets a thing. For example, we had it integrated into Slack before designing the agent we're using now, and it was sending after every meeting a summary to the right channel related to the meeting that was being had. Now, if you're thinking, okay, but why would I use Otter? Because the average entrepreneur attends 62 meetings a month and forgets probably more than 80% of what they agreed to. Otter gives you transcriptions, sure, but it also gives you leverage over your time because it turns spoken ideas into searchable, actionable intelligence. I mean, nowadays memory isn't leverage, recall is, and Otter makes every conversation a resource, not a black hole. Now, you get a lot for the free version. You get, I think, last time we checked, 300 minutes of transcription per month, 30 minutes per conversation. You get live transcription, you get speaker ID, keyword summary, and highlights. It can sync with your calendar. And I think you should absolutely give it a try if you're an agency owner managing multiple clients, if you're a solopreneur running back-to-back sales or strategy calls, if you're a coach or a consultant or a creator documenting your intellectual property, absolutely give Otter a try. I want to give you an example to paint the picture. Imagine you just had a coaching call and Otter transcribes the entire session, and then you copy the key moments into Notion or an email summary for your client instantly. I mean, you look pro, you save time, and you deliver more value without extra effort. But what if you could pair Otter with Zapier or a GPT or an agent, and it will auto-populate your CRM or your knowledge base. I mean, what would happen is that every time a call ends, Otter sends the transcript, AI summarizes the call, and then your Notion or Airtable or HubSpot updates itself. You have literally turned conversation into data flow. Next up, we have another tool that I absolutely love. And this has to do with video, because video used to be a high effort game. You had to shoot and export and edit and cut and subtitle and publish. But now, Descript is like having a full video studio in a Word document, literally. You upload a video and Descript transcribes it instantly. I mean, it depends how long it is, obviously. And then you edit the text like a doc, and it cuts the video to match. I mean, you can remove filler words and silence and stumbles and even entire segments in seconds. It auto-generates captions, it overlays titles, and with AI voice cloning, you can even re-record yourself without reshooting. I think this is a no-brainer because video is still the most powerful format for building trust, for authority, for inbound traffic. But what stops most founders from using it is time, tech, and perfectionism. But Descript removes all of those because there is no more 12-tab editing nightmares, there's no more waiting on freelancers, and there's no more stalling because you're not a video person. If I had a cent for every time I heard that. Listen, you don't need to be a creator. You need to be clear, consistent, and done. And Descript helps you hit publish faster than anything else I've tested. Now, what do you get with the free version? You get 1 hour of video transcription per month, full transcript-based video editing, auto filler word removal, screen recording, export to MP4, YouTube-ready formats, caption styling, video titles, and their AI tool to remove mumbles and duplications and pauses and silence is incredible. So who is this best for? Well, it's for coaches repurposing Zoom calls into short form. It's for agency builders turning sales calls into content. It's for course creators making modules without an editor. It's for founders building trust via face-to-face camera video. Here's a simple example. You can record a 3-minute founder update or video sales letter on Zoom or Loom. You can drop it into Descript. You can cut out the fluff in less than 5 minutes. You can add subtitles or captions and a CTA screen, again, in a couple minutes, and you export and post it to your LinkedIn or landing page or newsletter, probably in under 15 minutes. And now you have built trust while everyone else is still choosing music for their Canva video. Nothing wrong with Canva, by the way. I love it, but you can do better. Now, the thing that blew my mind is that you can use Descript's overdub to rewrite a section of your script after recording. I mean, if you don't like something that you said, you can just change the text and your voice clone fills in the new line seamlessly. In this day and age, perfection isn't slow, it's automated. And Descript lets you iterate and improve and deliver with zero bottlenecks. Okay, next tool is another really critical one for anyone who wants to be on the social channels. Because look, most people treat content like a chore. They open Canva, they stare at a blank caption box, and they try to write something catchy, but then tweak the layout again for the 100th time. Well, Predis.ai is like hiring a full-stack content team without the payroll, because you give it an idea, a headline, or even just a product, and it generates social media posts with the copy, the visuals, the hashtags, the schedule, and it can be for LinkedIn, for Instagram, for Twitter, for TikTok, for Facebook. It doesn't do just the writing. It creates, it styles, it posts. You can give it your branding. I mean, it can save you so much time and effort because content is no longer optional. I think we all agree that it's oxygen for your business. But creating daily content drains time and attention and creative energy. And at this point in time, the most valuable skill isn't creation, it's curation with velocity. And the thing that I like about Predis is that it lets you scale content without turning into a full-time content creator. It's basically the difference between showing up occasionally and building daily awareness at scale without losing focus on your actual business. So what do you get with the free version? I think you get 15 content generations per month. You get auto visual generation, image and text. You get AI generated captions and hashtags, platform optimized posts, content calendar and scheduler. So if you're a solo business owner who doesn't have time to post daily, or you're an agency offering social media services, or maybe you're a creator who wants to stay consistent without the burnout, or a founder testing different content angles fast, then give Predis a try. Here's an example. Let's say that you're running an AI consulting business. You can feed Predis your offer headline, and then it'll return a carousel for your LinkedIn, a quote post for Twitter, a reel script for Instagram, and a visual summary for your Facebook page. I mean, in 5 minutes, your week of content is essentially done, and it all looks native to the platform and branded to your brand book, essentially. You can also use Predis to repurpose testimonials or case studies into bite-sized social content. For example, you can say something like, turn this client win into 3 posts, 1 code to 1 carousel, and 1 video script. Now, your audience isn't going to just read success stories. They're going to be feeling the momentum. Look, content isn't king. Distribution is. And Predis.ai gives you both on autopilot. Up next, we have another one that I am obsessed with. Look, you finally record a long-form video, but now what? You're gonna sit down, scroll through timestamps, clip manually, reformat for vertical, and hours later, you've got 2 decent TikToks and a splitting headache. Opus Clip is like a content editor who lives inside your uploads and works at a 10x speed. You give it a link. It could be a YouTube video, a podcast, a webinar, Zoom recording, and it automatically identifies viral moments. It turns them into punchy shorts. It adds captions, hooks, emojis, B-roll, and it resizes them for every platform in minutes, not hours. And I think that's really critical because one long-form video should equal 20 plus pieces of content, but most founders let 90% of their effort die in the editing room. And the reason why I love Opus Clip is that it automates the content flywheel and turns your deep work into high-frequency visibility. And we've talked about this before. Consistency doesn't come from content creation. It comes from content distribution, from content multiplication. If you're building authority, testing messages, or scaling reach, this tool is a must-have. It gives you leverage without the learning curve. Now, the free version is awesome because it gives you 60 minutes of upload time per month, auto clip detection using AI virality score, smart cut editing, subtitles, auto hook highlights, vertical and square formatting. So if you're a coach or a consultant or a creator who records deep content, or maybe you're a founder growing personal brand awareness, or an agency offering repurposing services to clients, or maybe you're an AI YouTuber or educator scaling reach, you should definitely look into Opus AI if you haven't already. Imagine you just hosted a 30-minute training. Opus Clip is going to analyze it, probably 5 or more viral hooks, format them into shorts for TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, complete with captions and zoom cuts, jump cuts. And basically, you post 5 days of content in 5 minutes. You can also use Opus Clip to repurpose sales calls into testimonial-style clips, essentially. You can say something like, extract the 3 most emotionally compelling statements from this Zoom recording and format for LinkedIn, so you can pick LinkedIn there. Now, even your internal calls can become assets because most people post once and move on, but operators post once and multiply. And Opus Clip is how you build once and distribute everywhere. The truth, in my opinion, is that most businesses don't fail because of lack of tools, clearly. They fail because of lack of clarity. They just drown in shiny apps and juggle 20 dashboards and spend hours solving problems that should have been handled in minutes. But there are some who win. And those who win pick fewer tools with sharper intent. They design outcomes, not to-do lists. So if you're rebuilding a lean, AI-powered business in 2025, you do not need a massive budget or a full tech team. You just need clear systems, tools that talk to each other, and a workflow that compounds. And if you just use the tools from this video, I am certain that you could save hours a week. You could replace people that you might have otherwise hired, and you could build momentum without burnout. Because in the age of AI, leverage is free, but clarity is rare. So choose clarity, start building, and if this gave you signal in the noise, then like this video, drop your favorite tool in the comments, and subscribe because we're just getting started. There is so much more that I have to share with you. And if you want to hang out with people who are on the exact same path as you, make sure you join our free community. Hopefully we've remembered to put the QR code here, and join other thousands and thousands of people who want to build AI-powered businesses just like yourself. We have bi-weekly calls. We have 2 challenges a month so you can get your hands dirty and try to implement yourself so you can see how everything works and the impact that it can make on your business. I'll see you on the other side, and in the meantime, share this video with anyone in your circle of friends or family who you think could benefit from these free AI tools. Until next time, I suggest you go ahead and watch this video over here. I'll see you soon.